Hello, it's Savannah with Savannah Lee Crafting. Thanks for coming by my channel today. Today we're going to be doing some more vintage index card alteration ideas. So I have a few examples here that I've made. We're going to do a couple of these tag pockets. So it's just some book page or backing of some sort, a decorated tag on the front to become a little tuck, a card, and these can be put into a pocket. They can be made into a larger tuck glued onto a page, whatever you like. And then we have these pockets as well that each use 2 cards. You can do them horizontal or vertical. It's just some paper, some words, or a label. And again, these can be glued on as an extra pocket or fully glued on if you prefer onto a page. So we're going to do a couple of each depending how timing goes, I think. And let's get started. We're going to do these ones first, I think, because I have some pieces set up for it. So I'm going to keep our examples there. And I just got this old book that I've been using for book pages. Just sort of skimming the words, making sure that there's nothing I wouldn't really want showing on them. So there's that. Got a glue book here. So I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm going to glue this side. I think I'm going to glue this side so that way if people want, or if I want to use this as like the whole thing could be written on the back if it's plain. So we will do that. We're all doing well at our place. My youngest had a cold for a few days, but he kept it to himself. No one else got sick, and he's pretty much over it, so I say that's pretty good. Usually things in the house will spread and take forever to get through everybody because there's 8 of us. And he got his, I'm not sure if I mentioned before, all the kids had eye tests a little while ago. And it turned out that my youngest is quite farsighted. So he got his glasses last week. And they're really strong. So the doctor said that it would take a while probably for him to get used to them. And he hasn't gotten used to them. Trying a little bit each day, but we'll get there. All right, we'll trim these up. It's hard to believe it's almost April. It was starting to feel like spring, and then last night we got a bunch of snow again. But I guess that's good for the fields. Poor man's fertilizer, they call it. Some extra moisture in there, so that's always good. And yesterday, my 3rd child had a birthday, so that was fun. He turned 14. We didn't do anything too big. I made some cinnamon rolls for breakfast, and he got his gift. I put up a cheesy happy birthday banner for him. He got to pick his supper when he wanted breakfast for supper, and I made him the cake he wanted, which was lemon poke cake. So nice and simple, but he's happy. Everyone was happy because there's cake. It was a good day. It's the nice thing about having so many. Oh, I should have done the other side because that's a little bit strange, but oh well. Nice having so many people in the house because there's a lot of birthdays, which means a lot of birthday cakes. Clip the corners. Oops. So these are really quick and simple to make. You can do anything for the background. You can do, more of a pattern if you want. You can do music paper. I'd grab some ledger. Oops, I'm stuck. I'd grab some ledger paper in case I decided to do that, and I ended up not choosing to, but you could. Or anything. And you can keep it as neutral as you want, so we'll go with, whatever journal later on. Or you can make it more specific to a theme. Super versatile, quick way to use up index cards and cue cards. Growing up, we always called them cue cards. And I only started calling them index cards because I guess maybe that's more common in the US and watching American craft channels. That's where I really started calling them index cards. Alright, next are the tags. This one came, and the ones that I used on this came in the Springtime Happy Mail that I got. And this is the last one that I saw of this size. So I'm using this one up. I realized last video, after of course it was on the computer, that I was zoomed in way too close. So I apologize for that. And if you actually stuck through and watched the video despite the bad angle, I appreciate it. I know making videos is a bit of a learning curve, and I kind of feel like I'm taking a longer curve than most maybe, but we'll get there. I'm going to use some of this faux tape just to make sort of a fake page reinforcer here. Do that. Stuck a little bit, but I can clip that. There we go. Maybe I should have backed this. I think it'll be okay though. I think I meant to back it and then I got to talking and forgot what I was doing. It's a bit thin, but I think it'll be okay. And then we will find some things to decorate the pocket with. Glue them on and make a card for them. So let's see. I kind of wanted to use this sticker on this one, I think. Yeah, that's what I wanted to use. Yep. And I hear somebody coming. We'll see if he comes upstairs or if he stays downstairs. Okay, so there's that. I think that's fine and cute, and I like that. So I'm just going to glue this on real quick. those two sides. Get that lined up with the corner. There's that pocket. And next, these were in the box of Happy Mail, and I was thinking I would use fussy cut this one out. These are printed on sticker paper, label paper. I probably picked one that was more complicated to cut out than I could have, or maybe I should have done this before. I'll try to be quick. So this week, not too busy this week. I've got, my daughter has like homeschool girls club tomorrow, and they do kind of badges sort of like in Scouts would, but it's just all it's a homeschool program, I guess, or a church program the homeschool group is doing. And this week they're doing some first aid stuff. And I offered to demonstrate how to use and when to use an EpiPen because my 9-year-old has food allergies. And then they took me up on that offer, which I kind of regret because I'm not a public speaker at all, even to a bunch of kids. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I just look forward to it being finished. But it's important. It's an important topic, I think. Especially because someone having a reaction may not be capable of doing it themselves in an emergency. So we've got a training EpiPen, just a plastic one without a needle that they can try out. Show them a real one, just so they know what it looks like and the different parts and how to open the case and stuff like that. And hopefully they never have to use one. So far we've been very fortunate in that we haven't had to use it on my son. The only reaction he's had, or the only severe reaction he's had, was the one that we weren't prepared for, which was terrifying. But since then, there hasn't been any mishaps or accidents or accidental exposures or anything like that. So we've been really fortunate, and I'm quite happy to buy EpiPens and never have to use them. The only time that one got used was when somebody climbed up the shelves. It was on the back, like on the tallest shelf in the pantry, at the back of the shelf, in a pouch, zippered up, away from, well out of reach, I think, and a certain someone who was 5 at the time dragged a chair into the pantry, climbed up, got it, took it out of the case, well, took it out of the pouch, took it out of the case, and managed to stab himself in the thumb with it, all before we even heard that he was up in the morning. So that was an interesting morning. Okay. Hope that wasn't too boring, or you could have skipped through. I guess YouTube has that feature. Anyway, he was fine. He cried a little bit. He didn't get the full dose into his thumb, just a tiny little bit. So it wasn't anything that we had to go to the doctor for. And he has not tried to touch them ever since. So he learned his lesson. Okay. A little bit big, but if I put it there, I think it'll be all right. And then maybe I'll find a couple of small words to put there. I know that I'm gluing where I'm not going to need to be gluing because it'll overhang, but I didn't pay close enough attention to, probably about there. I didn't pay close enough attention to how much is going to hang over. Let's see. I think that was about it. That's fine. Let's see. So many noises coming from downstairs in the other room. I don't know if you can hear it all. My husband has the 3D printer going in the next room. My son is downstairs making, superhero noises of some sort, I guess. He's having fun. Let's go with this one. Take risks. I'm going to tip the edges just the tiniest bit. Just sort of changes the look of the sticker a little bit. A bit of visual interest, I guess. There's that. I think that'll be okay. Some really exciting noises coming from down there. All right, so there's my shoulder is still not doing too well. And I keep putting things just out of comfortable reach of myself. All right, so there's that, and now we need a couple of cards, tags, or something to put inside. So for this one, I just used this piece of, it's from a cardstock book. I think I'm just going to use another one of these for one. And for the other, I wanted to use these flowers, I think. So we'll trim that out. Put my pin back in my glue before I lose the pin. Maybe I'll use that. We'll see. I know I need to make this a little bit. How much smaller? Yeah, a little bit smaller. got a back that people can write on as it is. I'm just going to trim the corners in a different size. Again, just so it's a little bit different visually. And I think I'm just going to put this one in as it is. It's already pretty. And there we go. There's that one. Let's see. I think I might just use this and keep it simple. That one's a little bit thinner. That's okay. And I think I'll turn this one into a tag shape. Just cut off one corner, flip it over, and cut by that so it's the same angle as the first side. And there's that one. And I think that's fine. I don't think it really needs anything different. So we've got those. And now we'll do a couple of pockets. So grab some more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my examples. So here's one. There we go. I had made this one a little bit smaller just because this is a bit long for the size of a a lot of the journals that I do. But maybe we'll just do 2 vertical ones this time, but I'll do them facing opposite directions. So one will go this way, one will go that way. How did I do that? So I am going to cut my notches out before I forget. Actually, no. Yeah, whatever. I could do it before or after, but I think that went flying right in my face. Well, you're more likely to remember to cover them, or to put the notch if I do it. Well, I'd be more likely to forget, I guess is what I mean. Even if I'm going to have to cut it again. When it's time to cover it. Let's see, what papers do I have? That might look a little bit too strange going sideways. That does not quite fit. Just digging through my box here. This is pretty. Okay. And if I do that there, I don't want to cut off the birdie. Okay. Let's trim this and see how it goes. I glue that on the top, should be fine. And I think I'll use that this paper for both. We'll trim this up and then flip it over and see how I did for placement. So this past weekend, I got some seeds started. I didn't plant. I'm not planning to do too much quite yet, just because I don't know how well my shoulder will. I did that on the wrong side. Oh well. It is what it is. At least I didn't cut the bird off. And it's still okay. Oh, and I was supposed... No, okay, I'm doing this alright. Yeah. You can tell I'm out of practice. I haven't had much crafting time. Okay, now I glue it on to that. Yeah, I don't know how my shoulder is going to do. Usually I have quite a big garden and sell extra veggies at the road. For now, I just started a few things that are typically hard to find at the garden center as like started plants. And I just started some melons and some leeks and some herbs that I can, you know, take care of in the house even if I have to, so it doesn't matter for those. And we will go from there. I planted some spinach already in the box outside. But when I am more confident that I will be able to physically keep up with the garden this year, I can always get the plants, started plants for the other things I want, like peppers, tomatoes, all the other things that I usually start early. It'll be a little bit more expensive this way, but I don't want to start a whole bunch and then not be able to keep up with it. Okay, so there's one. So this one I do want to go this way, so I have some options. Don't want to cut up the bee. I think I just kind of like it in this corner. So if I want it this way, I glue. I'm going to do it right this time, I hope. Yeah, the rest of the stuff that I plant will end up either buying as plants or planted straight into the garden when I know I can actually manage it. And hopefully by then my shoulder will be alright. It seems very slow going, very frustrating. I went back to the doctor. I don't have a family doctor here. I'm still on a waiting list for that. So and it's nearly impossible to get an appointment at the walk-in clinics. There's only like one or two anywhere close by. And one of them was closed for like many weeks with no appointments at all. Now they have 1 day a week where they're open, but of course a lot of people are trying to get in. So I haven't been able to get an appointment, and when I originally went to the ER about it, the doctor had said, come back if it doesn't get better, and you know, we can try something else. So I finally caved and went back to the ER, This was a couple of weeks, nearly 3 weeks ago now, or probably, yeah, 3 weeks ago now. And the doctor that I got that day wasn't so nice. I went as early as I could on a Sunday morning when there were not too many people there. I didn't want to be a burden. But she just told me several times over that shoulder pain's not life-threatening, and I don't think the doctor told you to come back, and you're probably just going to be in pain for several months or a year. Go get a massage. And that was it. So, wasn't too impressed with that. I understand that shoulder pain isn't life-threatening, but the first doctor did say to come back, and there aren't too many other options for seeing a doctor. So I am back to just toughing it out, I guess, and hoping it gets better on its own. I'm more just concerned that there's an actual rotator cuff tear on top of the tendonitis, and I wanted to get that ruled out, because if there's something that needs like work to be fixed or work done to fix it, I want to do that without it actually just sitting there and getting worse and maybe not being able to have it fixed eventually. So and that's also another reason why I didn't keep trying for the walk-in clinic, because if they needed to do more imaging or x-rays, they wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. Okay, what next? Words or label or something. That's next. So anyway, I'm back to waiting. See, I've got some words here. I don't know where all of these words came from. Some of them are from Etsy. These vertical ones are from the Junk Journal Studio. I'm not sure where other ones came from, but if I find them, I'll put the link below. So let's see. Hey, dude.
Hi.
Mommy's doing a video. No, don't take my ruler, please. I'm using that, or I might need it. What you up to?
I was going to see how hard this is.
Oh, well, you can measure something real quick. And then...
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I got all of this.
Yeah.
Was it upside down? It was upside down.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. This is short.
Okay. Alright, can you go play in the other room for now? I'll be done in a few minutes.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm doing it.
I'm just in the next room and I'll go play with you in a few minutes. Okay?
Okay. I'm going to use this to keep the door open.
Okay, just don't drop it on your toes.
You're lucky I didn't walk out yesterday in the gym.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad you did a workout so you're strong enough. I'm almost done, bud, okay?
I still need the struggle.
So let's put this here. Okay, not too noisy, Zach, please. So there's that one. And I'm talking to the people watching the video.
And I love watching the video.
You love watching videos?
Yeah. It's my favorite, and I also like to play his game.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be in the video.
Yep.
That will be awesome in the West. How do you like my bacon and a cocktail? This is the bolster pillow, and these are the two pillows. How do you like it? And this is the blast door. Two pillows and my blast door.
Pretty cool. He's making Lego stuff. There you today.
This game you have to fill wherever you want to paint. Also guess the monsters. This is when the monsters painted helicopter.
Okay, Zaki. Give me a few minutes to do my video and then you can tell me all about it, okay?
I already did.
Okay. Alright, so I'll put these words on this one somewhere.
This is me.
Okay, Zach. I'm going to close the door. If you're going to keep talking, you can play quietly for a few minutes, please, until I'm finished. I'm going to trim this, even it out a bit. Alright, where do I want these? Make today, just like that. Oops. There's one. So, as you can tell, I think my time is just about up.
For the video.
Yep, my time for the video is just about up. It is time for me to go back to being a mommy. Make today beautiful. Alright, so let's take a quick review of what we made. Clean up my desk a little bit. And then we can play. Okay, Zachy, give me a minute, please. So here were our originals. Yep. And let's see. This is what we made today. So there's a pocket that opens to the right, one that opens to the left, and a couple of these tag tuck spots. So there we go, and we used up a bunch more of the vintage cue cards. Not too bad, I think. Alright, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you give a thumbs up or if you subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Zach, do you want to come say bye? Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.